broke. And I thought like a metal one would actually, yeah, that would stick. So, so yeah. See all those technical things we think of when we're making a film.
Would anyone else like Gareth to spoil another film for them?
Yeah, sorry if anyone asks.
Yeah, wave your hands so the microphone person see it, and then right to the guy in front of you as well.
Hi, I was just wondering, since you brought back the actor who played Mad Dog in the first film, to play a different character, are you gonna, any chance you're gonna bring back the actors who played Hammer Girl and Baseball Batman for the Raid 3, because they were awesome?
Thank you. Might do, yeah. For the Raid 3, it's gonna be very different from the first two. Like this, when I say this, I'm sorry if this sounds like a soundbite, because like every interview I answer the same way, and I realized today, like 3 interviews in a row, I didn't just answer the same, but I also did the same fucking hand gestures. It's all programmed in now. But so the Raid 2, like we started it. I'm gonna do it again, shit. We started it 2 hours after the first one finished, and when it comes to the Raid 3, I wanted it to be 3 hours before the Raid 2 finishes. So we're going to go back in time a little bit, and then go back in time a little bit, and there's a set of decisions made by one of the groups there, which you can guess because they're the only ones left fucking alive, that kickstart the whole chain of events off. And so we're going to follow that and branch off and follow them then. So it's going to be a little bit crazy. So I have some cool ideas for that. I got some new ideas from acting choreography that is in my brain, but it's not allowed to come out for 2 years because I'm not allowed to make that one yet.
So what is it actually?
Immediate future, we're in pre-pro right now on a feature film that I'm producing that Timo Trianto is directing, one of the guys from the Mo Brothers who did Macabre and Killers. And it's called The Night Comes For Us, and it's with Joe Taslim from the Raid 1 in the lead role, and Yayan playing probably a long-haired assassin for some reason, I don't know why. And actually, yeah, Julie Estelle played Hammer Girls in the film. There's quite a few people actually from the Raid 2 are in there as well. I think we've ran out of actors because we cast a lot of people in this one. But yeah, it's going to be fun, it's going to be crazy, and it's sort of like a noirish sort of hitman thriller. Yeah, it's going to be good.
Fantastic. There's a gentleman right in front, and then we'll go with this gentleman over here.
Hi, thanks, that was great. When you were writing the scene of the Japanese baddies and getting killed, do you have that all in mind? That's going to cut between, you know, cut from the blood and Hammer Girl swiping her hammer, or is that something you find in the edit afterwards?
You mean like the montage scene?
Yeah, the montage scene.
Yeah. So we did like a preview of the Hammer Girl scene in a couple of festivals, just to kind of promote the film. And back then, like I don't think I had shot the baseball bat guy stuff or the assassin or something. I can't remember the reasons why, but or maybe I had, but we just hadn't cut it together yet. But that was one of the last scenes that I worked on when it was coming to the edit, because I was kind of dreading it, because it was a hard one to balance, because I had the Hammer Girl scene was about like 2 minutes and 30 seconds long by itself, and we shot them all as standalone sequences first. Baseball Batman, because he was dicking around with that ball for ages, it was about 3.5 minutes long. And then the assassin in the sugarcane field with the pickaxe, because he was so fucking efficient, it was like 1 minute and 15 seconds. So suddenly I have these like 3 scenes that are all different durations that I had to cut between. And so it took a while to figure out like, okay, the balance of it. And even now, like, I mean, I'm happy with it because the music propels it forward and it kind of works in that respect. But even now I'm kind of like, ah, shit, the assassin one could have been a little bit longer, a little bit more detailed. But I guess because we already showed him killing Procoso, spoiler, that we'd already sort of established his character enough as a badass so we could spend more time on Baseball Bat and Hammer Girl.
And what about the timing of the rest of the fights? Again, when I was on set, for the final fight between the assassin and Rama, and at the time you were even saying I want it to be 6.5 minutes with no cutaways to anything else.
Yeah.
And I just timed it up. I was up watching it up there, and I timed it. It's roughly it is from the moment they start fighting to the moment that it's about 6.5 minutes.
There you go.
So there you go.
That's the first time I've ever been spot on.
Yeah. That's an interesting length of time for a fight without cutting away to anything else to give people relief.
Yeah, and also before that, we'd had like baseball and hammer fight against Rama, and so it was literally, you know, it was from a fight against two goons in the corridor to the baseball and hammer fight, then straight into the assassin fight. And it was one of those ones where on the raid one, when we started off the Mad Dog against the two brothers fight, we did a cutaway and then we went off to get some dramas and come back to the fight. And on this one, I contemplated it, right? I thought, like, well, what am I going to do? What's the drama that's going to be? And there was something about 10 minutes worth of fighting and action between that section that was like, I was like, maybe it's a bit self-indulgent, but I thought, fuck it, this piece is indulgence.
Amazing. Yes, please, over here, and then there's a gentleman here, and then we'll go to you, sir.
You said that I think the final long fight scene had 186 shots. So I've read previously that you actually, to prepare for the scene, you would shoot it on a sort of low budget camera in rehearsals, literally to the shot. Is that true?
Yeah, whenever we design a fight sequence, we design it first, we get the structure laid out first, and then straight after that, then we'll get like a handy cam, and then have like I and Nico in the office with the green crash mats and the shitty beige walls, and then we'll just start shooting it like a video storyboard. We'll start like, you know, literally, I'll figure out, okay, does this angle work for this piece of choreography? If not, then what does? If I need to go from this side of the shoulder to this side of the shoulder, when's the right time to do that to capture that next piece of choreography? And because I'm involved with them in the design stages of it, like I know the method behind all the movements. I know why they go for that block now, why they go for that punch now. And so it kind of helps me then be able to know what's the important thing to see, when can we jump out wide, when we have to get in close and get the detail. And so we go for all of the fight scenes, and it takes ages to do. For that final fight, we took about a month and a half to design it, and then we took another month and a half to shoot it, just to previs. Because at that point, we had time, because it took 2 years to not get the budget for the fucking thing. So I was like, well, alright, well, we're not doing anything, we might as well keep working on it. So we just kept fine-tuning it, fine-tuning it. Equal, I'll tell you a little story about that scene. There was one moment in there when he gets, they've already got the boat, they're already like one knife each. There's a section when Eagle swings, he gets like slung over and smashes into this like metal structure. And Chenchip comes in and just like knees him in the head, and his head hits the thing. And Eagle's claim to fame right now, and he's so happy about this, I don't get it why. His claim to fame is that if you go through it frame by frame, you see the 4 frames where he completely blacked out for a split second. And you see it, his eyes roll into the back of his head for like about 4 frames. Like they're right there in the back, and then suddenly he's like, he said to me, he goes, Chenchip grabbed me after that, I had no idea where I was. So yeah, that's his little claim to fame. But he got walked out by Chenchip.
I think he's got other claims to fame. That's not he's in the ring. Yes, please.
I've got to say, holy shit. I've never seen so many people flinch and twist and squirm through whilst watching the film. Is that what you were going for when you were visualising and pre-visualising and making the film? And is there any scenes that you thought were too strong?
Yeah, it's one of these things where for me it was like, I don't want to make people feel, this sounds strange after like watching a guy with his head shot off, but I don't want to put anything in there which is going to make a person run from the toilet. I don't want them to be like sick, I don't want them to be repulsed by it. So my approach has always been this thing of like to kind of hit you with something really hard, but run away from it. Like we show a little bit, then we can move on and we show something else then. And it's the kind of like, it's to spark that impulse so that when you go like, well, and then you hear the person 2 seats away from you go, and everyone else, like a few other people do the same, like you kind of have this collective moment where you can't help but laugh at the fact that it's so fucking ridiculous. It's like you're safe, you're reminded, you're safe, you're in a cinema, there are like-minded people, it's just kind of scary, they're all laughing and people having their throats cut open. And it's like, it's one of those things where like my dad, when I was a kid, like we used to watch a lot of movies together, we still do, and it would be that thing of every Saturday night we'd rent out a video from the video store. And if something was violent, he would always press pause, kick me and my brother out of the room, press play, watch it by himself, press pause and then say we can come back in now.